Hi, this is Summer with Summer's Tips and Stitches, and this is a yarn chat. This is just basically all I've been making and buying with yarn. I do have my two sons here across from me on the computers. I have warned them that I'm making a video, but life is going to happen. You know, some folks have animals in the background, and my animals are kids. Ha! Not calling my kids. Okay, so let's get down to business. I took notes because I have so much that I wanted to talk about. And my last few videos have been my dyeing yarn, how to use Ravelry, my shopping haul, 2 shopping hauls. So I have a lot to show you guys and chat about. And I think my camera's crooked, but I'm having a hard time with the tripod. So I thought maybe if I go like that. I don't know. Okay. And then I got to get this done because we got a Boy Scout picnic at 11. And then we have to go shopping for a graduation gift. And tomorrow is just as busy. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about are my whips. I have 2 current whips running. I was making a second Madeline sweater with some blue. I love this yarn. Here's some of it right here, the color that Jeanette sent me from Florida. I got the full front panel done, 3/4 to, well, maybe like 80% of the back panel done. And then I've got to work on the sleeves. Now, the sleeves have been a little bit of a struggle for some of us. I think Canadian Crocheter, Debbie, me, Angela from Angela Crochet Arts. So there's definitely some modifications that need to be done on the sleeves. I don't know necessarily if the acrylic will be the same way because acrylic's a little more stretchier than the cotton I used. But I did see that Angela Crochet Arts has a tutorial on what she did to fix her sleeves or make them to where she liked them. Last time I just shortened my sleeve. This time I'm going to shorten my sleeve again. And then I'm going to check out what Angela has done. But I also wanted to add a little bit more width to wrap around because it was kind of like tight and uncomfortable, especially since the cotton doesn't give. I'm going to jot that down because in this description box, there's going to be a ton of links, y'all. And I want you to be able to check out her tutorial if you want to make that sweater. It is a paid-for pattern off Ravelry, so I'll link that. Let me put that here. Link sweater. I have linked it before. In fact, I have a whole video on it. And I wore it in the video. Okay, my second whip, which I'm kind of slacking on, y'all, is that like stuffed animal creature that I was making with my Happy Ombre. I've been working on other things, so I kind of put that in the back burner. All I really have to do is sew on his ears, sew on the mouth, finish the legs, and start the arms, and maybe a tail. So it's really minimal compared to... I probably, if I sat down and really worked on it, could have it done in an hour. If, you know, maybe I'll do that tonight. Okay, so those are my 2 whips. Now, I did work like a crazy lady to have 2 finished objects. The first I'll show you is a baby blanket. First, I'll tell you about the yarn. For this baby blanket, I used up some remnants of mandala cakes, however y'all want to say it. I altogether use unicorn, fairy, and pixie because I had like less than half of pixie, about 3/4 of fairy, and a tiny bit of unicorn that I like took apart. And then what I did is I held it together with this horrible yarn that I got from Yarn Inspirations. So a little bit ago, and I have a video about that too, I ordered a Yarn Inspirations $7 grab bag, and I got these 3 big skeins unlabeled yarn. It almost feels sticky, plasticky. I'm not a fan of it, but I didn't know what to do with it. As you can see, it's like a DK weight. There you go. And so what I decided to do, I actually wish I could remember who to give this credit to. I saw somebody else, maybe in like, there's a Facebook group that I'm in because I love mandala cakes so much. That's Lion Brand mandala cakes. That's all it is. And they held the white, actually I think it was maybe black, with their mandala cake to 2-strand it. And so I made this blanket with the white, and as you can see, this is a bit of unicorn. I think this is the fairy, and then this is the pixie. I will try for this, if you will see in the thumbnail, have a good view of this. But otherwise, I'll try just holding it up. This is made for Christ Child Society. It's 36 by 36. And I'm actually not going to put a border on it. Can you believe that? It's because the only white yarn I have right now is that Icky DK, and I didn't want to hold 2 strands of it. Holding it with the mandala softened it up, and I'm going to run this through the washer and the dryer. Just Flynn hijacked this. I want to say I finished this Friday night. No, Thursday night. And he slept with it, and so now I need to wash it and dry it. But yeah, so this is one. This actually took a lot longer than I thought it would. I want to say I was working on this for like 2 weeks. I'm very surprised by that. So that's one finish object. The other is being modeled on Juanita. La 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 la. I finished Holly from the Proper Pineapples. Armor Shawl. Now, I think it's a little smaller. I think my tension must have been tight on it. I used the right hook, and it is fingering weight yarn. And then instead of using a tonal yarn like she did, I used the Citrus from Knit Crate. Because I just really liked this yarn. I thought it was awesome. And then I did use the fingering, whereas I think you'll see Jeannie on Off the Hook. She made hers with a bigger yarn. I think this is cute. Definitely love the pattern. I'm not sure if I'll wear this or not, or if I'll just give this to someone. I have one end I need to cut. I already wove it in. But I really loved the pattern. Just look at that. Do you see that? Do you see all that like texture in here and the openings? It was very simple to make. I better put it back on Juanita. She's feeling a little exposed here. Well, I just don't think mine looks as big as Holly's, and certainly not as big as, golly, I feel like her name is Jeannie or Janine, or Janine. Please forgive me for not remembering your name correctly. I feel like hers is bigger. I'll put a link in the description to her video. I'll put a link in the description to this pattern, which was a paid-for pattern off Ravelry. I'm going to make it again, and I'm going to use this yarn. This is also a Knit Crate yarn, and I believe it's a DK. So I think I'm going to be a little happier with the size, and it's tonal like the one Holly made, and I've really wanted to make this for a while. Now, that reminds me of a part 2. So in this, I'm also going to link the video from Off the Hook. I'm going to link Holly's shawl. And then I'm going to link her second channel. Y'all, Holly and her family are going through something right now. Check out her videos. Her husband's having some health issues. And so I really think it'd be awesome if we can spend some more time watching her videos. And also, she has a Pineapple Family channel. So if you like watching everyone chat up with their kids and fun things like that, if you're crocheting a baby blanket and you want to get some work done, listen to her family in the background, okay? And also keep them in your thoughts and prayers. If you don't have the spare cash to buy her pattern right now, watch some of her videos. Both of her videos. She has 2 channels, The Proper Pineapple, which many of you have heard of and we all love, and then her Pineapple Family. Okay, so move Juanita out since I did not put her shawl back on nicely and she's looking sloppy. Acquisitions. Haha, I used that word. Things I got. So the first thing I am super excited about. My daughter's Girl Scout troop went to Oshkosh's Fire Escape, which is a place where you go to paint clay items, and then they fire it in their kiln, and then you get it back. So I made myself a yarn bowl. Now, it is a tricky thing to do because you have to paint 3 layers of your solid color. And so as you can see, I didn't necessarily always get a full 3 layers, but I really think it has the artsy look. I will say the gal there was not happy with my paint selection. She really wanted me to do like that classic pottery look. Like they have this kind of stain that gives it like this classic pottery look. And as you know, this is way more my style. And then on the inside, I painted it green. And so when we were looking for paint, she kept trying to direct me over there. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I really got an idea in mind. Now, after I painted it purple, originally I wanted to do a bunch of different flowers on there, but we were running out of time. We were only supposed to be there for a 2-hour event. My husband was making dinner, so I just polka dotted it. This yarn bowl is very tall, as you can see. Here's mine off of, here's my other one. Do you see the size of it? It's huge, and it has three of those little swirly things to put your yarn through. This cost $35 to paint it and for them to fire it and all that jazz. Oh, see here, the purple was not very solid, and I didn't paint the bottom or sign it. I am going again because they have another yarn bowl, a different shape and size, and I think only one swirly thing here. And that one's $40. So I'll just wait it out and go there live. I'm right now currently saving my money for stitches because the prices won't be as good there as they were at Hirschner's. And so, you know, this is something I can do in a while. I mean, how many yarn bowls does one person truly need? I have 2 now, right? And then I don't know if you guys ever saw, a while ago, I made this video about how to make like do-it-yourself DIY yarn bowls. I'll put a link in the description to that video too. Write that down. DIY yarn bowl. Okay, so though that is the one acquisition I have, the other one, my stepmom went to New York to visit some family and she bought me some yarn. Isn't that nice? I've never seen this kind of cake before. This is a hot cakes. It's Plymouth Yarn Company, 75% acrylic, 25% wool. So a little different than the Karen. Karen's an 80-20. 404 yards in this cake. Now, how much she spent on it, I don't know. She did not tell me. It was a gift, y'all. US 8 needles or an H hook. So that is the beautifulness. And when she bought this, she got a free pattern. Here it is. I don't know if the gal just gave it to her or if this is something you can find on Ravelry. Oh, here it is. It says find this at www.plymouthyarn.com. There you go. Can you all see it? And then this is the blanket. Now, of course, it's black and white. This isn't even my fault this time. But it calls itself a Hot Cakes Vertical Lines blanket, and it's knit, you guys. But it looks pretty simple. It's seed stitch, which I've done before. Knit across, 10 stitches, seed stitch. I mean, I should be able to do this. The only thing I'm a little concerned is I've never knitted a baby blanket before. And I don't even know if I have circulars long enough to hold this many stitches. It says cast on 89. So anyway, this is one of the things I'm going to make. I do have those 2 whips. I really should finish those 2 whips before I start anything out, but I'm already itching. Okay, so the other thing, this is the third thing I'm going to put on here. I showed you guys in my haul that I got that ombre yarn from the Hirschner's store, not the warehouse, the actual store. That was $4.99 each. And this is the free Crochet brand, Lion Brand Ombre Life Shaded Color Shawl. See that, friends? I'm holding this up. Again, I'll put a link in the description. Shaded Color Shawl. And this is a picture of it. Now, don't be confused about her sweater underneath and her buttons. It's a triangular shawl. I saw it in the store. So it starts from a point and it gets real big. And basically it just follows, you know, the gradients of the ombre. I bought, if you remember, these 2 colors to make with it. I mean, this is essentially the same. I don't know what I'm going to start with, what I'm going to end with. I might just reach in and see what I grab. I will put a link in the description to this, and it's listed as an easy pattern. Now, a few of you have asked me to give you an easy shawl pattern. The reason why I'm going to say this is easy is because it is very repetitive in nature. Again, if you're not great with patterns, I suggest sitting down, just taking 5 minutes beforehand and writing it out. But it is the basic double crochet, skip 4, go across, you know, and it's going to have a repeat on what to do on the ends and the same thing in the middle. The other thing that I really liked about this, which I learned from the Eugenia shawl, is they do have a very thorough chart. I'm going to flash it for a second, but not long enough for anything. See? I don't even know why I bother doing that if you can't see it. But I'm just saying they have a chart. Don't think I'm lying. And if I found that on some patterns, it's actually easy to follow the chart because it's very clear on where the row is. It says row 1, row 2, row 3. And it has these pictures, little circles mean single chain, X's mean single crochet, and like a tall T with an extra dash. I call it the power line symbol. I'll show you. That power, I call it the power line symbol. Because to me it kind of looks like one of those power poles, you know, with the wires running off. That is the double crochet. And if you can just follow the pictures, here's a bunch of chains, here's 2 double crochet, chain up, double crochet, and then it has a few rows where you chain up, double crochet, chain, chain, double crochet, you know, some things going on like that. So it's, I think this is fairly simple. And if so I really do recommend this. Reading this, I know exactly what to do. I feel like this will be a good starter shawl, so I'll put a link in the description to this. Now I did not print this up. Hirschner's did that for me. You remember that from the video? They put this pattern in a kit, in a little bag with 2 colors I didn't want. And I was just going to ask them to swap it out. And those kind souls over there said, oh, we'll just print you the pattern for free and you can choose whatever colors you want. And that ended up being $5 cheaper. So that is on there for you. Link in the description. The next thing I wanted to say is I have developed a friendship online acquaintance with Vesta. Vesta is one of those folks, or she often sends me patterns. And that mandala cardigan, that 1-button cardigan I made, that was one of the patterns that she came through. And I made she sent me, and I made a little bag that came from one of the patterns she sent me. But anyway, she lives in Tennessee, and where she lives, apparently, they're having a shortage of blankets donated toward them. Animal shelter, daycare, and homeless shelter. So she would like, if you are interested in mailing, or if you live somewhere near Tennessee, email me at summerstipsandstitches@gmail.com, and I will put you in contact with her address so that if you would like to, if you're someone that has a lot of like hats and blankets and you would like to send them out somewhere. I mean, I have a big pile of shawls over here. And if you need somewhere to send them, Vesta has some charity groups that she's been sending them to. So, you know, contact me. I'll put you in contact with her and you can mail those out. That'd be awesome. And I also wanted to say in regards to charity work, Christ Child Society is my current crochet charity of choice. For a couple of years now, I've been donating baby blankets, baby hats, baby booties, and sweaters to them. And one of you lovely subscribers went to your local Catholic church, because even though I'm not a Catholic, it is a Catholic charity, and it is a non-denominational charity. So they accept anybody from any faith, because we got all kinds of babies out there that need help, right? And so she went to go find her local Christ Child Society to donate to, and she didn't have one. And so she did some calling, and she ended up talking to like one of the head charter members, and Sandy is starting her own Christ Child Society chapter. And so I'm like so proud of her. Great job. So folks, if you can't find a local charity, you know, you can start your own, or like Vesta, have folks mail you stuff and distribute it out. There's lots of ways that you can give. And, you know, us crafters, we just make and make and make and make. And we need people who need our warmth, our love and warmth that we have crocheted or knitted. So Congratulations, Sandy. And let's see what we can send out to Vesta. I feel like there was somebody else recently I was watching down here to Madonna Ballard. So I'm going to go into shout outs. Check her video out, and she mentions somebody else who she's been sending things to. So here's my little section of shout outs. I actually found out of Madonna Ballard because somebody mentioned that she gave me a shout out. So these also are going to be listed in the descriptions of shout outs. Now I tend, I like to try to watch at least one video of these people, but some of them I watch more, obviously, before I give someone a shout out. And people, I don't want to sound rude, but I mean, you all know I work a full-time job. I have 3 kids. And as of late, one of my sons is addicted to the skate park. He got a scooter for his birthday. And every day when I come home from work after dinner, I come home at 5:30, we eat dinner. At 6:30, he wants me to drive him over to the skate park. And I totally get it because he's 10. He can't get over there by himself. So I'm just like, oh, there's so many other things. I don't want to use up my data watching videos at the skate park. And it's just not as fun crocheting to skateboarders and scooter riders as it is to all y'all. So I'm falling behind because it's summertime and my son wants to be at the skate park. So I am falling behind in my video watching. And I'm trying to catch up on my lunch breaks. And it's just... all that to say, on Friday at work on my lunch break, I was watching Madonna Ballard's video. To be fair, I didn't even notice until one of my subscribers said, Madonna Ballard gave you a shout out. So check out Madonna Ballard. She's been participating in Llama Mama's yarn swaps. And all she has for yarn to shop at, folks, is Walmart. Oh, that poor soul. So anyway, check her out. She's a fun, spunky gal, kind of like our Jane from Scraptastic Yarns. Also, as I said in my other video, I like watching yarn hauls. And so I came across a Curious Cuttlefish because she had a shopping haul at Hobby Lobby. And I was like, ooh, what did she get at Hobby Lobby? So check her out. But the other really awesome thing I like about her channel is she does yarn reviews. Now, I occasionally do a yarn review, usually when I'm shocked about a yarn. And so a bit ago, I did a yarn review on, I wonder if I have any here. Here we go. Comfy Cotton. I bought one of these probably early winter in 2018. And I did not like it, y'all. It was splitting the whole time I was knitting and crocheting with it. It was constantly like coming unravel. And it was like getting, one strand of the yarn was moving bulking up and the other one wasn't. And I was frustrated and I made a review on it and everybody was like, oh my god, we love this yarn, I can't believe it. But the whole reason I'm saying this is that was a bad skein of yarn, straight up. It was. We all get them occasionally. Some of them are full of knots and whatnot. But the nice thing is using one skein of that yarn was like garbage. But if you watch other people's reviews, you'll see that, you know, maybe in that case, I got a garbage skein of yarn, but overall, everyone loves it. So just, you know, watching a variety of yarn reviews, I find is the best way to find out really how a yarn is. And so she's putting out some yarn reviews. And I will say this is my 3rd skein of Comfy Cotton. And to be honest, I really did like what I made with the Comfy Cotton. It's a very soft, wearable cotton. And so it is comfy. But I'm just telling you that one was just twisting up so awful on me. But anyway, she does yarn reviews. And so I really like that. And, you know, it's nice to be able, if you're going to have to ship a yarn, if you live somewhere like where Madonna lives, where all you can get is Walmart, if you're going to have to order a yarn that you've never touched before, it's nice to listen to some reviews. And she has reviews on ice products. So check her out for from yarn reviews. Also, I love watching Red Gingerbread. Now, I gave her a shout out a bit ago because she commented on one of my videos. And I thought, sometimes when I look at the comments, I'm like, does this person have a YouTube channel too? And she did. She also puts out yarn hauls. And apparently right now, I just like watching people show me what they bought at the store. I'm not sure why I'm really loving that right now. Also, she has a few videos on yarn ornaments and what I like to call crochet life chats, where you're just talking about your life, where you're going, when you went to the store, kind of like what a yarn chat video is for me. I'm not done. Linda's Yarn Barn. Now, I'm trying very hard to not covet her. She, my friends, has a yarn barn, a she shed in her backyard. I've got this little crafty corner, which I'm exploding out of, thanks to my recent yarn hauls, and not having the time to work up as much yarn as I want. This dear lady has a barn, a she shed in her backyard, just for her and her yarn. It's got to be double the size of my crochet corner. But actually, she is a very kind friend. I accepted her, which you folks know I'm very careful on my Facebook. I accepted her as a Facebook friend. And this was way back when I was doing that Crafter's Choice Crochet Challenge. And I was having a difficult time with the Shell Stitch Shawl by a nameless designer because she doesn't want me to mention her in my videos. Linda actually helped me out. She was like, I'm working it up. She took some photos. She sent them to me. She tried to contact the designer, and the designer got snippy with her too. But anyway, I love Linda, and I watch her videos, and I really would love to I'd love to have her yarn barn, or my own yarn barn. I would like to have a yarn barn next door to her yarn barn. Wouldn't that be awesome? I've only got 2 more here, folks. The Dabbling Hook. I love Laurel. I talk about her all the time because I am completely addicted to making her cowls. I made so many cowls this year because I just love making them. Her patterns are so easy to read, but yet they have unique stitches like the camel stitch, things that you've never thought to hear or see before in the basic, patterns, and they turn out real beautiful. And she has a YouTube channel. She has just under 2,000 subscribers, so I know she's broken the 1,000 mark, but she should have way more than that. She is a great personal gal. She's got some really, really great projects, amigurumi, shawls. She sometimes shares her shopping purchases, her craft shows. She's got a cute little nephew that comes into her videos. He's adorable. So check out the Dabbling Hook. Check her out on Ravelry. I feel like she's not as easy to find on Ravelry, but if you type in Big Button Cowl, hers will come. That's how I always look her up, because I want to say Laurel is her first name. I want to say Christmas is on, and it's on her pattern, so I'm not exposing her, y'all. But I find it so much easier for me to type in Big Button Cowl. Hers is one of the first that comes up. Laurel is the designer. And then she has a lot more than just the Big Button Cowl out there. So check her out. Watch her videos. She's so nice. I would love to be just sitting in her craft room too, chatting with her while we crochet. Okay, so my last one also, this is the last one I'm going to mention, is Blue Heart Crochet. She hasn't had a video out in a while. She is super sweet, and she has designed a few of her own patterns, and she's got, her last video was a month ago, but I still like to check on her to see if she's got something out. So that is Blue Heart Crochet. Okay, so those are who I'm shouting out this time. Madonna Ballard, A Curious Cuttlefish, Red Gingerbread, Linda's Yarn Barn, The Dabbling Hook, and Blue Heart Crochet. Oh, and then I also mentioned Angela Crochet Art, because she's got that tutorial on how she adjusted, I shouldn't say fix, how she adjusted the Madeline sweater's sleeves. So yeah, this description box is going to be full. Oh, the other thing I thought I would tell you guys that I thought was a cute story about my kids. So I make all my dishcloths, all my scrubbies, and all my, what are these called? Pot holders. Or, you put them on your table so your table doesn't get burnt up. Well, my kids lately, they have called this the indoor frisbee. And they've been throwing these all over my house. My husband's playing that game too. And so they're, hey Mom, will you make us another indoor frisbee? So I brought this downstairs. As you can see, this one is well worn. It's just a circle. And then I made 2 of them and sewed them together. And they're like, you need to make us another indoor frisbee. So I brought this down so I could choose some cotton, some unpleasant colors. so I can make them a couple indoor frisbees. And they're like, you should sell those on Etsy. Everybody would buy them, an indoor frisbee. And I'm like, folks, nobody normal throws pot holders around the living room. I'm like, this is just something you guys are doing. I will make you one indoor frisbee and give me back all my pot holders. So that's it. That's my really long yarn chat. 30 minutes, folks. It's going to take forever to load this one up on YouTube. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to load this up on YouTube, take a thumbnail picture, because sometimes YouTube chooses the worst pictures of me to put on my videos. It's almost like it's out to sabotage me. It always chooses one where I'm like, ah. And that's what it's like. Ooh, great picture. Let's put this up for summer's thumbnail. Sometimes I don't have time to create a thumbnail or find the right photo. I've thought about doing like a generic one, like a summer's tips and stitches and a little design, maybe with a holy cat on it or something. But I haven't gotten around to it because I've got so much going on. So we'll see. But I want to get this up. And then the next video I want to make is explaining a little bit, because I'm by no means an expert, but I've had quite a few people chat or ask about blocking, because I did have to block this sweater. In fact, or this shawl. I think I might do it again. I didn't pull it tight enough, because I really want to open it up just a little bit more. And that's what blocking is. Blocking is opening up. So I want to do a video on blocking. And then somebody asked me to do a video on Christ Child Society. And so I do have some few things coming up, but this is my yarn chat. And I think that's all I have for this video. I think I'm going to wrap it up at 31 minutes. So thanks for watching and subscribing. Thank you for sharing my videos. Thank you for those folks that do watch my videos and have channels and give me shout outs. Oh, Holy Toledo. I forgot. You guys, I need to do another video right after this one, after the Boy Scout. If you made it this long, folks, you will have to see why. Those people that won my 7,000 subscriber giveaway, they have not contacted me, and I gave them 2 weeks. And if you remember in the rules, I said they'd get 1 week. They have 2 weeks and 3 days and have not responded. So I have to pull new winners. So I will go to the Boy Scout thing, come back tonight, put in new winners, and I'll talk about that more. So there's going to be 2 videos out today. This yarn chat and winners for my 7,000 subscriber giveaway. All right. Hey, Flinny, did you want to come say happy crafting? Okay, come on over. So here we are. We're going to end it out. There he is. Ooh, we got a little something going on there. Ooh. Okay, so want to say happy crafting? Bye. No.
I'm going to say it at the same time.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Happy crafting. Bye.